Hello, my name is Chris Legaspi, and welcome to the Laws of Color, Volume 2. So the laws of color are a set of principles, strategies, and guidelines that help us to manage the awesome complexity of color. And in Volume 2, we're going to learn not only how to control the color in the lights, but also in the shadows. So if you've always wanted to learn how to paint in color or how to make your color better, more exciting, more lively, and more harmonious, this is the course for you. Now, this course has a very unique feature. It comes in two different versions, a traditional oil painting version and a digital painting Photoshop edition. And in this video, we're going to take a sneak peek into the oil painting version. So the full course will come out in a couple weeks. And if you want to get the latest updates on when the course comes out or be invited to the private pre-launch, make sure to sign up for my free newsletter. Go to this URL, enter your email, and you'll be signed up and you'll be good to go. And you'll be able to get updates on when the full version is available. So in the meantime, let's take a look inside the traditional oil painting version. Okay, the last step is the polish and finishing touches. So there's not too much painting involved here. It's mostly technique and compositional things like that. But I do want to add a little bit more color, a little bit more pop in the color. So I'm going to start by adding some of that warmth back into the bounce light. So the area in shadow here is fairly dark. And it's fairly neutral, but if you look in the reference, there's a lot of beautiful warmth happening in her hair. And I also want to surround her with more blue. So I'm going to put a couple different coats of blue. This is just the first pass, just to darken the area, give it a little bit more blue. A lot of times I like to reserve the saturation till the very, very end. And that's what I'm going to do here. So here I'm adding a little bit more technique, just to add some variety in the brushwork and continuing to soften that edge. The painting is done here. Really, I'm just trying to make it just a little bit more interesting. You know, at this stage, I usually don't look at the reference, and I just do what I can to make the painting better itself. But the color is all here, and the color foundation is all here. So here I'm going to add a little bit more polish in the color, refine the color a little bit. So that's why I added yellow. But first I wanted to address the edge, that edge around the eye. The eye is such an important focal point. It is the focal point. So I wanted to make sure this area is really, really soft and polished and sharp. So I just wanted to really polish that edge. I'm also going to work on the highlight and also work on the color, continue to work on the color. I'm not quite sure if that saturated red at the eye there is the right place. So now I'm going to add some more color under the neck. This is where I want the saturation, and this is where my hottest or most saturated warm will be, right under her neck. So typically when you light a model, right under the neck gets a lot of that glowy bounce light from the chest, so it looks very orange and red. So I started with a coat of a warm red, and now I'm correcting the shape a little bit of the hair. But so that base of sort of this coolie red goes down first, and then on top I'm going to put more of an orange. That's why I added a yellow. That's yellow ochre. And in case you're wondering, the orange, the burnt sienna, already had yellow in it, so that's why this color still works. So here I'm adding that yellow orange to make that neck really saturated and beautiful and lively. So now I'm adding more blue, but I'm also using a palette knife. So this is more technique than it is color. I felt that the blue was a little bit too flat, too gray for my taste. I like to push saturation as much as possible. That's why I save it to the end. And then I'm going to use the knife for technique. This is just straight up painting technique. It looks cool when you get up close to an oil painting. That's one of the things that makes it look cool, is the surface quality. And I'm also adding a little bit more saturation. And I'm doing it at the edges. Notice I'm not doing it anywhere near the face or the middle. As long as you do crazy things at the edge, it works out. Hello and welcome back. If you like what you saw here, make sure to sign up for my free newsletter so you can get the latest updates on when the course comes out, and you'll also be invited to the private pre-launch so you can get the full version a little bit early before everybody else. So you'll be one of the cool kids that gets it early. So all you have to do is go to this URL, sign up for my free newsletter, and you'll be good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you inside the course. So until then, take care.